Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today's video is a wrap-up video where I am going to talk about the books that I read during September. September was a good reading month for me, in which I read 14 books which include a classic, some thrillers and some self-help books. So without further ado, let's get started with the video. The first book is The Dalai Lama's Cat and the Power of Meow by David Michie. This is the third book in the Dalai Lama's Cat series and I really enjoyed it. The book is written from a cat's perspective. The book revolves around HHC or His Holiness Dalai Lama's cat and focuses on its attempts to meditate while striving for self-awareness. HHC not only brings more realizations of self-knowledge and spirituality, but also a tremendous sense of humor. It's such a delightful book with so much profound wisdom. A must read. The next book is Postscript by Cecelia Ahern. Cecelia Ahern has written a befitting sequel to her best-selling P.S. I Love You. This book takes us back to the story of Holly Kennedy 7 years on since the loss of her beloved husband Gary due to cancer. Holly has since moved on and is now in a relationship with Gabriel. Holly agrees to help her sister Ciara by taking part in her podcast about grief where she talks about Gary and the letters he had left behind for her. The podcast gets a tremendous response. A group of terminally ill people set up P.S. I Love You Club and want Holly to help write their own letters to their beloved ones. Holly is reluctant to revisit the past, but this could be the exact thing which she truly needs to heal herself. This is a beautifully written book. It is an emotional roller coaster ride. If you are a P.S. I Love You fan, then don't miss this one. The next book is Salvation of a Saint by Keigo Higashino. This is my third book by Keigo Higashino and now I am a die-hard fan of him. Yoshitaka Washiba is found murdered in his house. He was killed due to drinking poisonous coffee and his beautiful wife Ayan is the obvious suspect. Yoshitaka had declared his intentions of leaving Ayan to marry her assistant Harumi. But when the murder happened, Ayan was hundreds of kilometers away. Now Detective Kusanagi has to unravel the mystery while fighting the strong attraction he feels for Ayan. And he is helped in the case by the brilliant Professor Yukawa of Tokyo University. If you love reading mysteries, then don't miss this one. The next book is Cracking the Code by Journey to Bollywood by Ayushmann Khurrana and Tahira Kashyap. This short and crisp memoir describes the success story of Ayushmann Khurrana. With hard work, patience and perseverance, Ayushmann realized his dream of becoming a successful Bollywood actor. I really enjoyed this book and the quotes that he has shared throughout the book. The book is purely for his fans. The next book is Three Men in a Boat by Jerome K. Jerome. Right from the beginning till the end, this book is hilarious. It is the story of three friends who decide to take a boat journey up the Thames along with their dog Montmorency. It is one comic episode, one after the other, and so ridiculous that it will leave you in splits. The preparation of the trips are so entertaining and the trip even more. This is a delightful classic and I will recommend it to anyone who needs a little dose of laughter. The next book is The Book of Ichigo Ichii, The Art of Making the Most of Every Moment the Japanese Way by Hector Garcia and Francis Miralles. The title of the book mostly sums up its content. It's a good reminder to live in the present moment. This is a great book which encourages us to live our life with mindfulness. Highly recommend it. The next book is When Breath Becomes Air by Paul Kalanithi. This is one of the most beautifully written and heartbreaking memoir I have ever read. The book is incredibly sad but worth the emotional investment. The author, Paul Kalanithi, was a 35-year-old doctor nearing the completion of his neurosurgery when he was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. As he was living out the last few months of his life, he wrote down this brief and powerful memoir. The book is very sad and tragic and still full of love, compassion and courage. The best part of the book is the epilogue written by his wife Lucy. I think this is the part where most of us ended up crying. The next book is A Burning by Megha Majumdar. This short debut novel aptly describes the current political scenario of modern India, where minorities live in constant fear and freedom of speech can land you in quite a mess. The book is the story of a young Muslim woman, Jeevan, who is accused and arrested for helping the terrorists. One reckless Facebook post turns her whole life upside down. There are also parallel stories of a former PT teacher who has joined a right-wing political party and a transgender who dreams of becoming an actress. This is a story of poverty, hope, and injustice. This story will stay with you long after it ends. I have also done a detailed review of this book. I will leave the link in the description box. Do check it out. The next book is A Murder on Malabar Hill by Sujata Massey. This is an engaging murder mystery set in Bombay during 1921. Praveen Mistry, the first female solicitor of Bombay, has joined her father's law firm, Mistry Law. When a wealthy Muslim man with 3 wives dies, his widows send a letter to Mistry Law with instructions regarding their inheritances. Praveen notices something odd about the letter and decides to meet the widows who live in strict parda. However, her involvement leads to a murder and puts her own life at risk. This is a very well written murder mystery. Equally interesting is the glimpse that this book provides into the lives of the women living during the 1920s India. We get an insight into the Muslim rules and traditions governing the lives of widows during that time. We also get to know about Parsi customs and traditions. On the whole, a very interesting book. The next book is The Wedding Night by Sophie Kinsella. I am a big fan of Sophie Kinsella, but this book is an exception. The book tells the story of Lottie, who has broken up with her boyfriend and is in a fragile state of mind. She has previously made rash decisions after breakups, and so her sister Fliss is quite worried. Lottie meets Ben, her boyfriend, 15 years back, and they end up getting married in haste. Now Fliss is determined not to let the couple consummate their marriage, so that a divorce can easily be obtained. Fliss conspires with the hotel manager where the couple is residing for their honeymoon to disrupt their wedding night. This book is so unbelievable and cringeworthy. I love Sophie Kinsella, but this book is extremely disappointing. The next book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. Atomic Habits is a book about habit building and tracking. It is a practical guide to identifying habits and changing them. The author has talked about the different aspects of habit building. He has provided some practical tips which can be put into use. My only complaint about the book is the constant plugging of his own website and the other products. The next book is My Not So Perfect Life by Sophie Kinsella. This book is quite different from the other Sophie Kinsella books that I have read. This book deals with a profound life lesson. Everywhere Katie Brenner looks, someone else is living the life that she longs for. Meanwhile, Katie's own life is quite a struggle. From her dismal tiny room, to her daily commute, to her daily office politics. And one day, she is fired from her job. She is forced to leave London and go back to her family farm where she helps her dad to set up a vacation business. And one day, when her ex-boss turns up as a guest at her farm, Katie is forced to question her own assumptions regarding a truly meaningful life. If you are looking for something breezy and entertaining to read, this book is for you. The next book is Ibn Battuti by Divya Prakash Dubey. The book follows the story of Raghav Avasthi and his single mother Shalu Avasthi. Raghav's father had died when he was just 4 years old. Now Raghav has got admission in an American university and is going abroad in 3 months. He is worried for his mother, and that's when he comes up with an idea. And that is to find a boyfriend or a husband for his mother. This is a unique story which is beautifully written. I have also done a detailed review of this book. I will leave the link in the description box. Do check it out. And the last book is The Whistling Schoolboy and Other Stories of School Life by Ruskin Bond. This is a collection of stories from Bond's own childhood while studying at a boarding school in Shimla during the pre-partition era. It is a heartwarming and hilarious collection of stories about school life. The book is a treat for readers of all age groups. So these were the books that I read during September. Which were the books that you read and loved recently? Do share with me in the comment section. If you have liked this video, do like, comment and share. And if you want to see more bookish content like this, please subscribe to my channel. Until my next video, bye and take care.